Okay, chat, tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me and I'll get the music going. Hopefully we don't get cancelled this time. Tell me if you can see me and if you can hear me. Playlists. It'll be the same music as last time. Oh shit. Okay, chat, tell me if you can hear me. It's me, your best friend. Welcome. Welcome back. I still don't know how to say your name. I should have Googled it. Alright, give me some music.
As 3D modelers,
my webcam is too small. Hold on, no, that's a Thomas Colin video. I accidentally put that in my playlist. It'll be the same music as last time. Speaking of Thomas Colin, hold on. Is there some music? Let me just make sure that the sound's not too loud. Hold on. Oh god damn it, I'm listening to my own live stream. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, music is up. We're up. Everything should be good to go now. Listen, speaking of Thomas Colin, we got new emojis for members. I got the membership thing figured out at last. So now members can not only see the Aston Martin course from Patreon. We talked about this last time. I don't know whose idea it was. If that person is here, please raise your hand. But someone said put the Patreon videos on YouTube for YouTube members. So that's what I did. Okay, well, I didn't put all of them yet, but I will be uploading them. I think we got 4 now. And then members also have special emojis. Currently, there's an Aryan emoji, and there's also a Thomas Colin emoji. So I saw there was one gentleman in the chat earlier who was a member, Mr. Country 50X. Mr. Country 50X, if you're still with us, please try it out. Tell me if the emojis work. Send us a Thomas Colin, and then send us Aryan. That's just to remind us that Thomas Colin is always watching, okay? So, we got some new perks regarding that, and also we got a Telegram chat so new that there's literally 0, well, okay, 2 guys joined so far. I just dropped into the chat. I just opened it up to the public like 3 seconds ago, right before I started the live stream, okay? So we got a Telegram group chat, so hopefully that's going to work out. Hopefully we're not going to get canceled on there. Hopefully we're not going to get banned. Telegram should be legit because Telegram doesn't, it doesn't give you the same, you know, when you go to Discord is a bunch of sissies. You guys know what I'm talking about. I had this friend once who he had a Discord account, and then he would just bully the fuck out of everybody. He would just go all over these servers for Minecraft and shit, dropping hard R's, drawing swastikas and shit. He was just being a scumbag, right? And then he got banned. Somebody reported him and he got banned, and he lost his mind. He's like, why the fuck did I get banned? I didn't even do nothing. Well, you wouldn't have that problem on Telegram. At least I think you wouldn't, because I think Telegram is a little bit more loose. But we'll see what happens, okay? Let's not try our luck just yet, not too early, but we'll see how it goes. There's a link in the description for the Telegram chat, so you guys can hang out, everybody get along. There's no rules. If the admins don't like you, you're gonna get banned. So just use your common sense. It's kind of think of it as if you're Aryan's party. How would you behave? Okay, so just use your common sense and don't get yourself banned. And today we do got some hold on. We got some beer. I don't know if anybody's Belgian here or if anybody's Dutch here, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about. We got some beer. Hold on. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Look. We got a good beer today, not some bullshit. Okay, and in the last live stream we were modeling the Glock. So today, we're gonna continue the Glock. Last time we got cancelled. Hopefully this time we're gonna last a little bit longer. Mr. Country, drop the Thomas Colin emoji. You should have access to it. Hit us with an emoji. Okay, so last time we figured out how to make the sliding thing. Well, I fucked that up a little bit. The slider on top. What do you call that thing? The slider, the thing you pull back when you want to put in a magazine so you can start shooting. Okay. And we also did the lower part of the handgun. The trigger guard, the hand grip back here, and now we're gonna move on to the back of the hand grip. And we only got a few things. Well, now we get to the real details. That's what we're gonna get busy with today. We're gonna get to the details. Hold on, I can't hear my own fucking voice. So we're gonna get to the details, and that usually ends up taking more time than the rough shape. So we'll see. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish it, but we'll see what happens. And I got my references over here. So the real tricky part, I think, is gonna be when it comes to this little shape and this little shape. Well, maybe not, because I think probably we can just use a boolean here and here, because I don't give a fuck about topology, guys. Thomas Colin ain't watching. Well, he's watching, but he's not gonna judge us too hard. So let's see what we can do. We're probably gonna add a couple of extra vertices back here just to make this part a little bit smoother. You see how it's all jagged and fucked up. Hey guys, did you see my normal map tutorial that I put out the other day? Leffe, that's right, Leffe. Yeah, look, we got Thomas Colin watching. We got Thomas Colin. And Aryan is watching, that's great. If anybody has a couple more suggestions for emojis, we're gonna add some more emojis. Okay. Let me try doing... I think maybe it would be a better idea to use these vertices for the outside first. And I'm just going to roughly place them there, and then we're going to use loop tools to make this a little bit prettier. See, if it's an n-gon, it's so much easier to work with it. And I'm also thinking we can bake some normals. See these little things over here? The grippy thing? We're going to bake those as normals. So first we're going to model them, then we're going to bake them. This we really fucked up, because we should have done this all in one go. Let's see what we can do. We have this line here. I think we should do that as part of the normal map as well, because I'm not gonna be modeling that shit. And there's a little screw back here. Which is which? Which is the safety button? I guess this one's for the magazine, so you can take the magazine out. And then there's another button. One of them is safety, and another one is what, guys? Who's a cop who can tell me? See you guys joining the Telegram chat. Let's see if we're gonna ban anybody yet. I know Telegram is not as popular as Discord, but Discord, guys, is full of retards. Discord is full of retards. That's why I don't really like Discord. It's full of grown men who act like children. It kind of gets on my nerves. I feel like Telegram might be a little bit more suited for adults. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. Maybe we nuke that whole thing as well. Now I'm thinking we should be able to just bevel this once we add a little bit of thickness. And that will give us the shape we want. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. And back here we have this sort of... this kind of shape. Maybe... let's level all these at the bottom. And let me do my screencast key so you guys can see what I'm pressing. How do you join Telegram? There's a link in the description, and well, you gotta have the Telegram app. Telegram is like, think of it like WhatsApp, except it's a little bit cooler than WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is owned by, I won't say who, but you know who. Telegram is a little bit more, it's a little bit more loose. Now to make these a little smoother, I'm thinking I don't want to subdivide the whole thing because I feel like it'll be a little too much. Maybe just a couple more loop cuts here and there. And then we do loop tool space, loop tools relax. What do you think? Is that good? I think it's pretty good. There we go. And then this part we're gonna bevel. Yeah, guys, it's Wednesday. We're not gonna get as many people today as we did on Sunday. It's a weekday. Everybody's working. Discord is teens and grooming. Telegram, edgy and work. I have no idea what we mean by that. Now, the question is, hold on, let me just make sure I remove the zoo thing from my playlist. No, because every time I play zoo, they fuck me. So here we go. We skip zoo. Because zoo seems to have the hardest copyright that humanity has ever seen. So I can't play that on live streams because they're gonna fuck me. Furry and pedophiles. Yeah, I would agree. I was really surprised by how fucked up Discord is. It's just creepy. It's like I remember when I first found out about Discord, when it first became a thing. I don't know when at some point we switched from Skype to Discord. Right, when we were gaming, when we were kids. At some point we switched from Skype to Discord, and when my friend showed me Discord for the first time, I was like, man, what is this shit? There's all these buttons and all these features. Just let me fucking talk to my friends, and that's it. Skype was simple. I don't know how old you guys are. Probably most of you are old enough to... Well, most of my audience is 20 to 35, so who am I kidding? But I bet you there's a couple of kids here who don't know what Skype even is. But Skype was simple. You just have your friend, you click a button, and all of a sudden you're talking for 17 hours. And then Discord came along with all the features and shit. Let me get rid of this for a minute, because I want to bevel this. But I should probably also finish the shape, but this will limit my bevel if I continue, so I won't be able to bevel it properly. See, this is what I want. But I don't like how we have this extra long edge here. And that is because this is the end of the shape, so let's finish it. Okay, that should do it, and then this part we can do manually. Signal, yeah, I remember using Signal. I used Signal as well for a while. I don't remember why I stopped. None of my friends were using it. I only managed to convince one girl to use it with me. So I had Signal, and I was basically just texting one person. Me and this chick were texting on Signal. And then we stopped texting eventually, so I don't use Signal anymore. Aryan, do you know about command line rendering? No, I don't know. My favorite racist streamer, what makes you say I'm racist? Listen, in my mind, the word racism means that you dislike a particular ethnic group just because they belong to a particular ethnic group. Like if I would say I hate black people just because they're black, that would be racism. And that's just fucking stupid. The problem is that people throw the word racism around, and now everybody's all of a sudden, everybody's a racist, everybody's an anti-Semite. Everybody's guilty nowadays. What? So this is what we want now. How many segments? I think this is good. We get little squares. Maybe we want a couple more loops at the bottom here. This is not gonna work. Yeah, we'll get to that. And up here, we gotta sort this out. I did. Okay. Will the stream be recorded? Yeah, it'll be recorded. Unless they don't... Unless they take down the stream because I'm listening to music again, which they do sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes they do it. But then I'll try to get it back up. Usually they slap me on the wrist if I play particular songs and I'm trying to get the hang of it. I figured if I play Zoo, they always fuck me. I love Zoo, but I can't listen to them on stream because they're not gonna let me. I don't know what I gotta do. Maybe I'm just stupid. There's something, you know, guys, how when you go to a bar, it's a public place and you can listen to certain songs there. They play famous songs that everybody knows because they pay for a license. They pay for like a Spotify thing. Maybe I should do that because now I'm becoming a public place. So maybe I should do that. Be like a bar. Yeah, so the only places that the streams tend to become unavailable in are Russia and Belarus. It says when I get hit, so every time I finish live stream I get an email, hey, because of copyright or something, or I don't know, for whatever reason, it's like they give me an announcement, hey, just so you know, your stream is blocked in certain territories. And when I check it, it says Russia and Belarus. So I thought it's because of sanctions. But it's not because of sanctions, it's because YouTube is banned in those countries. So they don't want Western propaganda, which I understand. But it seems weird to me because when I get the notification that it's cancelled, it's afterwards as if it's because they detected that I got copyrighted shit. It's weird. YouTube is fucked up, guys. Yeah, look. This is the email I get. Video cannot be monetized and is blocked in some territories. Hey Aryan, copyrighted content has been detected in your video modeling a Glock and Blender. As a result, your video can no longer be monetized and has been blocked in 2 territories. So it's been blocked in Belarus and Russia as a result of me having copyrighted content. What the fuck? But only in Russia and Belarus. What the fuck? So I'm not sure if it's because of sanctions, because they're trying to play hard, or is it because, I mean, it doesn't say it's blocked in North Korea. It doesn't say it's blocked in Turkmenistan. That's weird. It's not blocked in Israel. So it doesn't seem like it's sanctions. Well, it wouldn't be blocked in Israel anyway. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's because those countries made a decision not to participate in YouTube, because 5% of my audience is Russian. It's like the 3rd biggest group or something. Watching from Russia with VPN. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Russia. Hey, listen, I'm going to Russia on my birthday. I'll be in St. Petersburg and I'm going to get fucking wasted somewhere. I'm just working on the visa because it turns out I need to get I need to have like invitation from a private person or an organization, so I need to put somebody's name on paper. So I'm getting that sorted out. And if they approve of me, then I'll be in St. Petersburg drinking somewhere on April the 13th. And I very much look forward to that. Now, hold on. Is this high poly enough? Yeah. Is that high poly enough? I think it most definitely is. It could be nicer, but there's no need. Now we gotta close this thing off at the end. Okay. I don't think that gets any more narrow, does it? We can do a little quad there, I believe. We slide this. Then we lift it up. Quad. Yeah, guys, so if I do get cancelled, you know, I really thought I got cancelled the other day because I opened up my YouTube studio just to check something, and it's like none of the metrics I could see. It says currently unavailable, please try again later. When I open my YouTube studio to see what's going on, currently unavailable. I thought I'm fucked. It's over, it's GG. But turns out that that was not the case. It was just the server was down or something like that, and I wasn't the only one. But I had a scare. I got a strike on my channel in October for hate speech. I think it's... I still didn't check what the reason was. I'm not too concerned, to be honest with you, because I know that I was a live stream when I did two things. I dropped the hard R just to see what happens, but I also denied the Holocaust. So I had two birds in one stone, and now I don't know which one the problem was. The problem. I don't know which one is more sensitive, a subject. And then I had another live stream taken down because I was showing pictures of crucifixions and the burning monk. The burning monk from Nepal. You know that picture that they got on the Rage Against the Machine? I was putting him up. So it's pictures of violence, and YouTube didn't like that too much. So they took down my live stream. They hit me with a warning, Aryan. Don't be doing that. It's against the guidelines. So one day, when I say the right combination of words, when I put the right combinations of words together, it's just gonna be Aryan, get the fuck off our platform and never come back. It's gonna be over. So that's why I did the Telegram thing. So make sure you follow, you join the Telegram. We can chat there. You can chat on Telegram. You can chat with everybody here. I'll make announcements there when something's going on. So if YouTube hits me, Telegram's not gonna hit me. So when I do get cancelled on Telegram, I will share my new platform. Maybe I'll go to crusaders.gg. Maybe I'll go there, or maybe I'll go Rumble or something. Well, Paul Miller is more extreme than Aryan in what he says publicly. I just don't say these things publicly because, look, I do depend on YouTube. I don't want to use my YouTube channel. But behind closed doors, we're on the same page, more or less. I'm trying to think of one. You know, I'll tell you what's the only point where I would disagree with Paul Miller, or something that I wouldn't personally do, is to personally exercise hatred. Right? I agree with everything the guy is saying in terms of what the problem is, what the solution to the problem is. But I can't actively go and search for people who I'm going to insult in their face. I don't have that type of hatred in my heart. I refuse to engage in that. Right? I don't think that as a Christian you should be doing something like that. I wouldn't be doing that. That's the only part that I disagree with. But to play devil's advocate, can the problem be solved with my method? Is that contradictory, what I'm saying? I don't know. I think we're at a point where without violence, we're not going to get anywhere. The problem cannot be solved without... I'm going to hit the brakes there so they don't take down the live stream, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. We gotta slide this backwards a little bit, look. I'm trying to make this sheared a little bit like what you can see over here. It's quite a tough shape. I think this little surface is supposed to blend in down here somewhere. See, if we change the profile of this edge, we're going to have to change the shape of the entire bevel down here on the hand grip. But I'm also not sure that I'm too happy with that, because look how blocky that shape is. Do you believe in some kind of final solution? I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not gonna comment on that because YouTube is gonna find a way to ban me based on my answer. But I think, you know, do you provide audio tracks in membership videos? How do you mean that? Audio tracks? Audio tracks, they got the same audio like tutorials, so it's like me talking and modeling. This is supposed to be joined, and this is supposed to be slid backwards, but the problem is when we do that, you see now the face is crooked, so maybe if we join this and then we're gonna make a knife cut. That's what we're gonna do, starting from this point or this one here. Knife cut, cut through, see what happens. There we go. That's more or less it. Maybe we gotta scale it up a little bit more. Maybe we push this back, but we're in the ballpark. MG42. That's a beautiful little gun, isn't it? German recoil operated. That is a beautiful gun. It is quite complex though. Look at him. It's a beautiful weapon though, isn't it? You don't want to get hit by this. It'll blow your fucking head off. Feeling motivated to work on your own stuff because of me. How beautiful is that? What are you working on? Go do something. This we're gonna handle with shading, or with the beveled shader node. Wait, give me the playlist from the beginning. It'd survive against the T-72, you say? Would it now? Just check to see what this shit looks like. These are marked as creases or as bevels, not creases. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna change the shape of this bevel here, and I'm thinking I can inflate a part of it, something like this, right? But then the problem is you get this weird transition here, so you gotta do the whole edge segment or the whole face segment, which we could do. But we gotta be careful not to fuck everything up. For example, if this goes anywhere but straight outwards, it's gonna twist the face. There we go. Now what are we gonna do about this though? We would have to take this and scale it to 0 on the Y. I guess we can do that. Okay, we're doing pretty good. Guys, where are we watching from? Where are we from today? Tell me your age and your country that you're in. Somebody said they're from Russia. I know we got one from, what is it, North Carolina? No. Was it North Carolina? One of those states where nothing ever happens, isn't it? UK 18. So wait a minute, in the UK, wouldn't you get police knocking on your door if you were watching somebody like Aryan? Did I tell you guys about that story about the about what happened? And my girlfriend went to this to become like a personal trainer at a gym, or like a group trainer at a gym in Denmark. And Denmark's one of the most liberal countries in Europe. Denmark is off the hook. And then, as she was qualified, I don't remember if I told you guys this before, on chat, on stream, but, you know, you go through all the tests and all this shit and all the examination and all the studying and whatever you gotta do to qualify. And then at some point, near the end, they ask her to solve like this little questionnaire. And one of the questions was like a hypothetical situation, and it went as follows. It was something. Wait, let me see if I can find this so I can read it for you. Because I couldn't believe this. This was fucking crazy. Ai, det är sad. I won't be able to find it. No, there it is. There it is. It was about human rights. No, it's not a fucking joke, guys. I shit you not. Hey, you're from Denmark. That's great. Hey, I lived in Denmark. I love the place very much. I always miss it. I get nostalgic all the time. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people. But listen to this. This is what they ask when you try to become a coach. At one of the gyms there. I'm not going to tell you which one. But it was a human rights question. And the question that they asked her was this. It was like a multiple choice question. You see one of your club's regular members and you say hello. You and the member start talking when your colleague Anya comes by and asks if she can have a word with you. So you're talking to some member at the gym, and your colleague comes by and says, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" Pulls you to the side. You follow Anya into an empty studio where she tells you that she just saw that one of your leaders, who she is also friends with on social media, just liked a video with extreme right-wing content. How do you handle this situation? So, your colleague, this is the question they're asking you when you're trying to qualify to be a trainer at the gym. That somebody who you know, some person you know, some friend of yours, they liked extreme right-wing content on social media. What are you gonna do? That's what they're asking you. Option number one is, I tell Anya to take it easy and that it was probably a joke. Option number two is, I ask Anya why she didn't confront the leader directly. I then help her use the whistleblowing service. Or C, I tell Anya that I will take this further and talk to the leader myself. What the fuck? Why you gotta... Why is this relevant for... I told you, listen, you better unfollow me. You better know... Don't let anybody know that you got anything to do with me. Make sure they don't find out that you follow me, because I'm known for I don't know, that's Denmark for you. Welcome. And the funny part is that what they define as right-wing, extreme right-wing content is such a joke. Like, if I don't approve of men fucking each other in the butt in public and pushing that on little kids, if I don't approve of that fully, not only if I don't approve of it, if I don't support it with all my heart and soul, that means that I'm extreme right-wing. I'm a fucking Nazi, practically. So, there's no winning, there's no victory, guys. That just tells you how lost that society is. It is so far gone. That what are we fighting for? What in God's name are we fighting for? But one thing that gives me hope is what happened in... I shouldn't be saying that. Cancel my ass. But what happened in a country in Europe after the First World War, that country was a degenerate shithole. A complete degenerate shithole. It seemed like it was beyond repair. And then within like 10 years, when a new party came into power, within 10 years it became the most powerful state on the planet. So maybe there is hope. I see, this is where we fucked up. Because now we got some clipping down here. Maybe I can cheat my way through this a little bit if I just open this up and I make this narrower in the back. So I take this and I tear it. Hold on, what's going on here? Let's delete one half, let's use mirror. Mark seam, delete the back half. In face select mode, we select this, we get rid of it. Now check this out, we tear this. We tear this, and we also tear this vertex in the corner. This is high IQ, guys. Pay attention. We push this inwards. It's all gonna be an end gone, so it doesn't matter. All this is gonna be an end gone. We forgot to tear this one. Hey man, listen, I'm not gonna read that shit. There you go, now you fucked up, didn't you? See, I would have been happy to read the comment if he would have maybe politely reminded me in a few minutes, hey Aryan, I don't know if you see my question, but could you please tell me that, or maybe if he would have accepted his faith that, listen, I can't see every message because there's a lot of people here and I'm fucking busy. Or maybe if he really wanted to ask me a question, maybe he would try Telegram, or maybe he would try Instagram or something like that. Or maybe he would join Patreon so he can get some advice or whatever. But this way I didn't even read the fucking message. So great job. I think that is a good example of low IQ, guys. You know how you can tell if somebody's low IQ? Low IQ people tend to... This is just one sign. It's not necessarily a fact that this person is definitely low IQ, but one thing that low IQ people tend to do is it's very important for them to fit in. So they tend to go with the flow very much. This is the person that posts, oh, Slava Ukraini on the first day of the war when they don't even know the capital of Ukraine. They can't even point it on the map. Okay? They don't know nothing about Putin or nothing. This is the person that posts about whatever, you know that time when Paris got bombed, Charlie Hebdo. All of a sudden 12-year-old kids are putting the French flag on their Facebook profile picture. What the fuck? You don't even know what happened. Charlie Hebdo, Islam, what do you know about any of this shit? What do you know about this? You're 12. You're fucking 12, okay? That's low IQ. These people are just doing something that they know they don't know nothing about, or maybe they're not even aware. But they're just doing it because everybody else is doing. Gays are prohibited here. Yeah, Faiz. Well said. Who's gay? Mars Motion is gay? What did he say? I'm gay, by the way, but even I don't agree with all the bullshit going on. It's totally stupid. And then Faiz says gays are prohibited here. What are we gonna hang him? Now look. Look, if you like to fuck boys in the butt, it's not my business. Okay? Hey, Mr. Whatever the fuck your name is. That's it, it's over. Just like that. I don't have any mods here with me today. I need a mod to get this stuff under control. To drop the hammer on these people. But... listen, if you like to fuck dudes, that's none of my business. It really isn't. The same way it's not your business what I like to fuck. It's not your business. What I would say, listen, if I had this impulse that I want to fuck dudes. If I wanted to fuck dudes, I would do so. But I would still understand that I have an obligation to society. To Western civilization, to reproduce. Okay, so I would still find a wife, I would still create a family and take care of my family. Just maybe sometimes on the side I would fuck some dude at the club and then come home to my family and take care of him and put food on the table and be good and be a good father and be a good husband. The same way that some people like to drink. Okay, I like to drink. So I'll still make my family, I'll take care of my kids, I'll be good, I'll be a good father, I'll be a good husband. Every once in a while I'll go get hammered with the boys, but I'll come home and there's not going to be a problem. The problem is that people who are gay, they tend to have absolutely no sense of any of these values, and this is by design, because the more and more gay people we have, the less and less families we're going to have. We're not going to reproduce, and then in 100 years, Sweden becomes Swedistan. Denmark is no longer a Christian society. Denmark is no longer a European country. It becomes a Muslim country. And I don't have any problem with Muslims. I love Muslim people. I have a lot of Muslim people that I love very much. But Denmark ain't supposed to be Muslim. You're studying LGBT... Wait a minute, Mr. Jules. Where do you go to high school? Which country are you in? Tell me more about that situation. Then who will please the wife? No, you still please your wife. Listen, you still gotta be able to perform your duty. The same way that if I like to drink, I'll drink as long as I'm still able to perform my duties as a husband. So if you're gay, go fuck the dude. Go fuck somebody. Go, who cares? Do it. As long as it doesn't disable you from performing your duty as a husband, as a father. See, look, now we made some extra space. What do you guys think of that? I think in Denmark, there is no question I'd be named an absolute radicalist for saying something like that. I'd be an outcast. In France, you learn about LGBT. But you know who wants you to learn these? You know the people behind these things? You can help society by adopting if you want. Sadly, there are parentless children. Yeah, I agree. Hey guys, listen. I bet that's the same guy, isn't it? Just with a different profile. Listen. Maybe we should play him. We should get him. I should start a conversation and tell him, send me a message. I get his IP. Okay? I think I convinced him that I'm his friend. One day we meet up somewhere. Hey, you know, let's hang out. We've been chatting for a long time. Let's meet up for coffee. And then I shoot him in the fucking head. How about that? I bet he wouldn't be spamming after that. Some people only speak one language, unfortunately. Adopting kids? I mean, listen. The fact that there are people who make children and are unable to care for them, that tells you there is something badly broken about the society. Now, I understand it's practically impossible to make it so that there's no orphans in a society at all. But I'd be willing to bet you a lot of it is just degenerate fucking parents who have sex, irresponsible sex, and then the bitch gets pregnant and she doesn't want the child. She's just being stupid, and then she just leaves it somewhere in some, you know, in some orphanage, and then she goes to suck some more dick somewhere, right? That's a problem of degeneracy. The people who do that should have no rights. They should be... You know what? I believe in slavery. I believe in what Aristotle said about slavery. If you guys want to read some philosophy, read Aristotle's Politics. I very much like what he said about slavery. So there are two kinds of people in this world. Some are just better leaders. Some are better followers. Some people are born to be slaves. The others are born to be masters. Okay? So for example, some people, they just don't do very well unless somebody tells them what to do. They don't have the ability to take initiative. They can't really think for themselves. If you leave them to their devices, they become a total fucking degenerate. They don't know how to contribute. So they'd be better off being a slave to somebody like Aryan. I'm not gonna beat them. I'm not saying they should be abused. I'm just saying they should do as I say. Well, society is already largely structured this way, but if they do as I say, I treat them well, I give them their part, but I'm the big boss, I'm the big daddy, and you're the slave. See, this is the kind of person I'm talking about, right? The kind of person you let them, you give them their freedom, they vote for some liberal bullshit, They make kids, they go fuck somebody from out of a club, they get pregnant, they'll dump the baby in an orphanage. That person should not have liberties like I do, for example. I'm sorry, but that offends me if anybody categorizes me as something even remotely similar to that fucking person. That is a monkey. And I'm a human being. I'm a civilized man, and that is a fucking degenerate. So, what else can we do at that point? I don't want to beat him to death, but slavery would certainly solve a lot of problems, in my opinion. Humbly. And I'm talking about like chattel slavery. Maybe a little bit less cruel, maybe a little bit less violent, but you know, basically get your ass out in that fucking field and work, bitch. And of course, you'd be able to, yeah, this stream is getting taken down for sure. This stream is getting taken down for sure. But of course, there'll be a way to, progress out of it. So, for example, you know, if you show leadership qualities, leadership abilities, you can come out of slavery at some point. Maybe you could become the master. That's what a civilized society would do. Now, when it comes to this thing, I'm thinking I'll do a boolean hole and then I'll bevel the outside and then I'll just add this thing separately. What is it with all the spamming today? No AI can't do better. Show me AI they can do better. And then maybe I'll just start streaming AI. Yeah, you're right. Many people will abuse slavery. But that's why you should make Aryan the absolute dictator of society, and then I'll see the ones that are being abusive. I'll just hang them. Problem solved. We're not gonna vote our way out of it. That never works. We need one guy in charge, a reasonable guy like me. Just gonna tell everybody the way it works. The way it is and the way it isn't. It's the only way. Tell me what's better. What better form of organizing society other than Aryan is the absolute dictator, the supreme leader? From my perspective anyway, that is the best way to do it. And everybody intrinsically knows this. That's why everybody is born with a desire, a will to power. Because in your mind, your way is the best way. Now we're gonna use the percentage thing. Ay, ay, ay. So now if we make this cut here, it's gonna be down to around here somewhere. Let's see if that matches, corresponds to the reference image. No, it doesn't. That means the shape here is wrong. Or maybe we gotta push this a little bit deeper. And that will definitely lower the cut. But not very much, so down to around here. This is the bottom of the cut. And it is still well above the bottom of the cut here. Or maybe we can set this at a bit of an angle. We can cheat. Hold on. Now the bottom of the cut is here. Still not good enough. We had a man here. I saw a man earlier. He said he was 55 from Norway. In Norway, how do you feel about Norway as a 55-year-old man? I don't know if he's still with us. But you've seen Norway for a long time. I haven't been to Norway, but I imagine it's very much like the other, like Sweden, Denmark. How does that make you feel in your heart when you see what's going on? I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's try. Add modifier, generate boolean, difference, target this. See, look, if we rotate it properly, now it becomes a little bigger. That might work out pretty well. What's happening here? I think we're good. No. We place that. We should apply the mirror modifier first if we don't want this on the other side. And then let's leave that there. We're just gonna hide the cutting object. And we're gonna have to do something about this. The handle shape is wrong. The transition from the part to the front to the trigger to the handle needs to be smoother. Are you talking about this part? I don't know what you're talking about. And the lower round part of the shutter is also wrong. What is the shutter? Guys, join the Telegram and then send me a picture on Telegram, because you cannot communicate this shit through words. Yeah, this is good. We only got 10 people so far on Telegram. That's good, because on Discord we would have had 50 by now. Or more. So it's a bit of a filtering process, because 50 people means 50 retards. Hope you're having a good day. Not really, to be honest with you. I'm not having a great day. But you know what? I woke up this morning with both my arms and legs. I'm still... Just make sure I'm pretty. I'm still only 25. I'm still European. So when you consider those things, then I am pretty... I am doing quite well. I'm just in a bad mood today, the whole day. I'm trying to act like I'm not, but I am in a bad fucking mood. Telegram is banned in my country. Which country is that? This shape, I'm aware that this shape is wrong, but it's a little bit... I'm questioning whether it's worth changing at this point, because of how much work it would be to change it. And I'm not sure that I care so much. What is this shit? Because Discord is full of retards, that's why. I woke up American, I'm always having a bad day. Why? What's so bad about being an American? Is it because of the massive lie that they told you that you're a democracy? So I'd be pretty pissed off about. It's a little bit fucked up too. I know what you mean. This part of the shape should be a little bit more curved, but maybe I can keep this as is, and I can just gradually transform the shape from whatever it is we got over here. To a slightly nicer shape down there. Let's try. Let me duplicate this over there as a backup. Get rid of the boolean. Take this in the back over there so we can do another boolean later. And here's what we're gonna do. Let's take we should do all of these. All of these. So you can fix this with a grid fill, I'm thinking. A grid fill might be able to take care of this problem. But I don't really want to fuck with this because that's gonna change everything. So I'll leave this. And we can choose whatever shape we want. Check this out. I don't want percentage, I want offset. Jebo, te bebo, let the jebo. So we could do something like that, for example, but I still think that's not the right shape. Maybe it's something more like this. Something a little more like that, maybe. Now the question is, how many faces or how many edges do we want down here? Right now we got 7. And up here we got 7. Look at that, perfect. However, bad things are gonna happen if we grid fill this. See if this will even fucking work. Of course it doesn't work. How many do we got on opposite sides? 21. 21. And 21 here. So it should work. It just Blender is being a little bitch. So we separate that frame. Face grid fill. Not even close. The side flat is actually larger than the curve in proportion. You might as well be speaking Chinese to me. I wish Aryan was as autistic as me. What makes you autistic? And why do you think that I'm not autistic? The handle's too fat? I don't think the handle's too fat. I disagree. Now, we just have to make this look a little bit smoother. Because right now it looks like an atrocity. So somewhere around, let's say around this point, I want to do loop tool space. Control this shape here. See how it's all jagged, it's going down, then it goes back up, and then it's fucked. It's completely fucked. We completely fucked this shape. See what happens. Listen, man, nobody can be 3D modeling without being a little bit autistic. There's just no way. So there's a lot of things that make me believe that I am autistic. Of course, I'm not gonna go to the doctor and try to convince him that I'm autistic and I need help. I don't need help. I'm good. Fuck you. Everybody's supposed to be autistic. Going to the psychiatrist, going to the psychologist, so the psychologist tells you what you're supposed to think, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to act. Why doesn't it work this time? I'll tell you why, because we gotta use the other edge. So the number of edges here is 21. That's what we're gonna do in the grid fill. 21. Fuck. Why not? "21 edges on both sides. Why the fuck doesn't it work?" Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm a perfectionist and your Glock is very disproportionate. Yeah, well. If you aren't the mouth breathing mentally 4 years old version, does it really matter? Are you talking about autism? I don't know why this thing won't fill. I'll try this. Separate. Look what we gotta be spending time on. There we go. Now it works. Just because we separated it. As if that makes any fucking difference at all. Aryan, don't be angry. How am I not gonna be angry? Aryan, why are you so mad in your videos? Look at this shit. Is there anybody who's happy when they're 3D modeling? I don't believe that's even possible. How am I gonna be happy? Look at this shit. Fucking. Now this is what we're gonna do. Give me these edges. All of them. Select. Select loops. Edge rings. What? How about this? Loop tool space. And loop tools relax. Whatever happens, happens. And I don't give a fuck anymore. No, it's not good. Because of this one little jump here. That's no good. You guys know how much money beggars make in Denmark? It's crazy. I've been thinking maybe it'd be a nice side hustle, because in Denmark, when you sit on the train, every now and again a hobo goes by, and you know, with a little cup, hey, can you spare some change or whatever. And in Denmark, nobody uses cash. That's something that I was surprised to find out when I first came to Denmark. Nobody uses cash. Everybody pays by card. Cash is like, you know, an inconvenience. It's like an old-fashioned way of thinking. Not even old-fashioned. It's just like ignorant, uncivilized means of payment. So if anybody's got cash, it's like a burden. Especially if you got coins, they're heavy. Nobody wants to have coins on them in Denmark, right? So everybody's looking to get rid of their coins. Now the other thing is that in Denmark they got coins which are like 10 crowns, 20 crowns. 20 crowns is like €3. Almost €3. And everybody's got those from the shop. They got change or something. I don't know. They got 10. They got the average Danish person in their wallet. They have 3 10 crown coins, 2 20 crown coins, and a couple of 5 crown coins. You know, like a handful of coins. But this is change to them that they never use. Nobody thinks about it. You forget about this. It's just a burden to you. So you end up like 70 crowns on you, like €10 on you, or more. I don't know. They got probably like 150 crowns on them and change. And the beggar comes in, and it's not like you and me when we tip. Not tip, but when we give something to beggar, if we give something to beggar, which I rarely do, only if they're very polite. If they politely approach me, hello, excuse me, I'm homeless. You know, if you could please spare some change. I don't need you to tell me I'm trying to buy some food, I'm hungry, and don't bullshit me. Just tell me you need change. And if I'm in a good mood, I'll give you change. And if I'm not, I won't give you change. I don't care if you shoot it up, if you drink it, that's your business. It ain't mine. I'll give him a coin, maybe, right? But the Danish person, he's not thinking about, you know, maybe I'll give this person something. He's just trying to get rid of his change. And this is an opportunity for him. So he'll take the whole fucking wallet out. He'll stick his hand in that bitch. He'll take out a handful of coins and put it in the cup. So by the time this guy goes back and forth in the entire train, 2 stations, he picked up 1,000 crowns. He's getting better money than a fucking lawyer. Let's not even talk about the people collecting cans at the beach. You put up a whole family collecting fucking cans, making a living, making a killing. Because in Denmark, drinking outside is a big thing. You know, when it's sunny, you're out on the beach, you're drinking. Carlsberg's on the fucking beach. And by the canals, you know, it's beautiful. And what are you going to do with your cans? And you got 7 cans stacked up next to you. Come by a gentleman with a bag. Hey, can I take these cans? Of course, please. Here you go. You help him out. You get a few more in your backpack, take him out and help him out. Comes home with 10,000 cans. Each of them he trades in for a couple crowns. By the time he comes home, he's eating in restaurants every evening. I don't know what else to do with this. I'm just gonna fucking... I don't know what this shape looks like, guys. Does somebody have a Glock on him? You can take it apart and send me a picture, so I can see what's down here. I don't know, I'm gonna change this song. It's a very sad song. It reminds me of the mortality of my loved ones. So we're gonna play a nicer song. I die. Yeah, I'm probably gonna spend May. Maybe I'll spend May in Copenhagen. And I look forward to that very much. Because that's when it starts getting warm. What the fuck? Your face there? Dissolve faces? No, it doesn't work. What? Ah, that's why. What's so bad about it? Now there's a problem over here. That I know. This part is a little bit too fat. I don't care, guys. Aryan sound and AI. Aryan 8 AI. Hey guys, listen, Easter's coming up. Easter's coming up. Do you guys know that Easter is the most important Christian holiday? Because on Easter we celebrate the occurrence of a miracle. Supposed occurrence of a miracle when Jesus rose from the dead, he resurrected. And that's how we knew for a fact that this guy is not just a guy. This guy is God's son. He's the son of God. He's God. So what he said probably should be taken a little bit more seriously, because this guy might have known something. He came back from the fucking dead. Can you do that? No, you can't. So it's a very important Christian holiday. More important than Christmas even. But see, Christmas they made it look more important because of all the movies and all the bullshit, because they sell you all this dog shit. It's the end of the year, the end of the fiscal year, or what do you call it, the end of the cycle, business years. They're trying to wrap it up, trying to make some money for the last stretch, the last couple of months in the year. All of a sudden they're decorating Christmas trees in fucking October. In September they're putting up lights. What a fucking joke. People don't even know what Christmas is all about. Is this supposed to be flat down here? Because I know I got a bit of perspective distortion going on. I'm tired of holidays and celebrations. Hey Aryan, how can you afford traveling around the world so frequently like that? Do you make money mostly from 3D, or do you have something else on the side? I'm not gonna tell you about how I make money, but I will say this: you don't need a lot of money when you're in Europe to travel. I'll give you a life hack. First of all, you want to have a lot of friends. When you got friends all over the place, you can just visit them. You don't have to pay for accommodation. That's the most expensive part. You're gonna pay for no Airbnbs or nothing like that. You just visit your friends for free. And then also, I don't know where you're from, but in Europe we got things like Ryanair, Wizz Air, and shit like that. You can go to fucking anywhere you want in Europe for 50 euro return tickets, right? You can do that every month. Visit a friend. You pay a 50, 60, 70 euro for a return ticket. There's nobody in Europe who can't afford that. It's just that I'm a free man. Because of what the things that I do, so I have the flexibility to do it. I think anybody watching this who's employed, they can afford to do that as well. Just that I have my freedom, so I can do it anytime I want to. I don't need to wait for fucking, oh, I got free leave. They gave me days off at work, yay. Get the fuck out of here. I'll leave whenever the fuck I want to leave. Ajde mi će taj shear tool. Guys, anybody here been through like a bad breakup? Like a real bad breakup? Something went real bad. Tell me a story. You know, like either your partner was cheating on you. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, that's not even such a shocking thing. Usually, guys, a fundamental skill in being an adult is being able to tell when somebody's gonna cheat on you from a mile away before it even happens. You're supposed to be able to tell. If it comes to you as a surprise, that means you're lacking some very basic adulthood skills. You should know it's going to happen before it even happens, and then you know how to act accordingly. 2 steps ahead of the game. But I'm talking about, like, I don't know, your partner got shot in the head or something. Or, I don't know, you got married and then you found out that she's getting fucked every weekend or something, and you got a baby on the way. Something terrible, something horrible. Recently divorced. I've spent my first time in jail over a lie she told me. Damn, what happened? If you don't mind my asking, of course, I would never pressure you to say these things, but that sounds like you got a story going on over there. I'm thinking, bitch was cheating, and you went over there and you beat the shit out of somebody, either her or the other guy or something like that. Because I met a guy in Amsterdam who told me a similar story. It was pretty rough. He told me that his girlfriend of like 12 years was he found out she was cheating on him with his neighbor, and that neighbor was a good friend of his. He went over there and beat the dog shit out of the neighbor. I think he told me that something like 40 days behind bars. But it wasn't like prison. It wasn't like CDCR or nothing like that. It was just Amsterdam, probably jailhouse. Probably something like, I don't know, 3-star hotel. It's nice to have friends around the world. I'm from Poland. Yeah, listen. Poland I frequent. Poland, I love Poland. I go to Poland frequently. I go to Warsaw quite regularly. I have some good friends there, and I lived there for 5 months. Not that good. She claimed I shoved her and the cops didn't want my side of the story and locked me up. That's crazy. Which, so you're in the States? Which state is that in? Something tells me it's a blue state, but I might be wrong. I never talked to a woman in my 24 years. Why the fuck not? Is it because you don't know how to, or is it because you refuse to, because your faith doesn't allow it, or something like that? You're supposed to die a virgin. Go talk to a chick, man. I'm telling you, listen, life becomes a lot cooler once you discover the ability to speak to women. It is a fundamental need, a biological need. Without that need fulfilled, you're gonna go crazy, you're gonna shoot somebody. It's only a matter of time. All those guys you see in school shootings, I'm telling you guys, when you see, when one of these guys shoots up a school in the US, a lot of times, let's look at Columbine, look at, what was it, Parkland? No, Nicholas Cruz. Where was that? Nicholas Cruz. No, what am I talking about? Stoneman Douglas High School, 2018. These guys, they couldn't get any pussy. That's why they started to get. He goes to his dad's safe, picks up the AR, and he gets busy. That's how it goes down. Same story with the Columbine shooters. If those guys were, if they had a couple of chicks. If they had a little bit of a rotation going on and the chicks arguing over who's gonna get him and all this and there's drama, they wouldn't be shooting up no school. They'd be too busy trying to dodge bullets, trying to not get caught. It's usually because they can't get laid, and it's very frustrating to them. They can't fit in, and you know, So I'm telling you, for your own sake, go talk to women. Aryan, have you ever been caught? Have Aryan ever been caught cheating before? Oh, big time. Big time, but I'm not gonna tell you the story. Maybe I should tell you the story. I'm kind of hesitant because I don't know if any ex-girlfriends are watching these live stream. It might be possible that they're watching somewhere in the back, and then next thing you know, I'll end up like Mr. Countryside. They'll say, "Oh, he beat my ass," because they'll get upset about me telling these stories. And next thing you know, I'm right there in the jail cell with Mr. Country, smoking cigarettes all day, doing hard time. That's what I'm worried about. So I'm kind of cautious when it comes to talking about these things. Yeah, I understand I fucked this part up, but who cares? Let's do this, just so we can make a little bit of progress. Look at this beautiful shape here. I know. Here's how we're gonna make this. Give me a cube. I finally made it to this broadcast. Congratulations, everyone. These are the best Blender tutorials you can find. Isn't that true? What's your thought on Kurdistan? Well, I don't know much about Kurdistan. What I know is it's a region populated by the Kurdish people, which are a unique ethnic group. It covers a large part of eastern Turkey, a large part of northern Iran, I believe also northeastern Syria, and Iraq, northern Iraq. Is that correct? And it is populated by the Kurds. They're not Iraqis, they're not Persians, they're not Turks, and they're not Syrians. They're not Arabs, they're Kurds. They're a separate ethnic group. And of course, in every country that they live in, they're very much oppressed. I don't know if it's in every country, but I know that they're very much oppressed by Turks. They were very much oppressed by the Iraqis. So much that it was a good excuse for Uncle Sam to invade, or it was part of the excuse that Uncle Sam used when they decided to invade Iraq. Same thing with now, this whole thing in Iran. All the regime is oppressing its people. For example, the Kurds, we have to help them, That's, they're acting like they give a fuck. Like they're not doing it for anybody other than the God's chosen people, you know. But what do I know about them other than that? I don't know. I know a couple of those arbitrary facts, but I've also heard that they got their own. Like it's a pretty formally defined nation. You could say that it's a pretty well-defined country, except that it's not internationally recognized. Because I hear that they got their own border controls, border checkpoints, they have their own police force, they have their own military, everything is in place, except they don't have their internationally recognized independent territory. Some people probably recognize it, some countries probably do. I don't know which countries recognize it, but clearly it's not on the map, so it's not that recognized. What the fuck? Something's crooked. So what do you say? Am I correct on that? Scale it down on the Z and scale it to -1 on the Z. we go. Now it's straight. How are we going to use the bevel node? Hey, you must have not seen my recent normal map baking tutorial. Because we're going to bake that shit. You know, I was in Poland. And I dressed up with my brother. We both dressed up as black people. We were blackface for Halloween. And then we went to this Halloween party. I thought, you know, it's Poland of all places. Polish people are fucking racist. Polish people don't give a fuck. So I go to this party and we dressed up in the whole prison outfit. But we weren't just like the basic corny ass prisoner type of, you know, every other guy was a prisoner because now he's thinking we can go talk to the police chicks. No, we decided we wore the prison outfit, but we had blackface. We brought a watermelon, a bucket of KFC, and a basketball. We even wanted to get a boombox, but we couldn't find one which was cheap enough to be a one-time thing and we can dispose of it. And I'm at the party, and then these two guys come up to me. Hey, that's fucking great, you know. And I say the N-word. I'm talking like a black person. I'm like, what's up? You know, I won't say it now because they're gonna take down my stream. And then, you know, they laugh and all this, but then I hit him with the hard R. And all of a sudden, this fucking fat dude, and he's white, like cottage cheese white. He's like, no. All of a sudden he changes it up. No, that's disgusting. You can't say that word. You can say it. You can say, you know, the first version of the N-word, but you can't drop the hard R, which I just dropped to his face. No, you can't say that. That's disgusting. Shame on you. And he started pointing the finger at me. I'm like, listen, man, I'm in Poland. I'm a free man. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. And all this shit, you know. And the guy was drunk. He didn't understand that. Listen, man, you're getting close to getting your... But, you know, this incident occurred in Poland, which I was very surprised by. That in Poland somebody actually gives a fuck. What are we talking about? Video games, and Aryan hates video games and gamers. No, listen, Aryan loves video games. That's exactly the problem. I fucking love video games. Video games are the most addictive thing on earth. Okay? That's why they're a problem, because people don't realize this shit is worse than crack. It's worse than heroin. It will ruin your life. You won't even know it. Because all of a sudden, I know they're fun. They are fun. I would love to shoot somebody in the head in a video game all day long. I would love to shoot people. We all love violence, explosions, fucking... Who doesn't love this? It's fun. That's why it's a problem, because all of a sudden you're playing all day, every day. You never learn how to, you know... how to be a successful adult. You never learn how to... If you played video games since you were a child, chances are you had no interest in going outside and talking to women and talking to, you know, building a friend group and trying to network with people, and all of a sudden, you're a fucking loser. That's the problem that I have with video games. Now, if you got those things under control, have at it. Go for it. Knock yourself out. If you're fucking clearly on a good path in life, go for it. Same with alcohol. If you're going through hard times right now, there's no space for alcohol in your life. Don't be drinking. I can drink. I can drink this fucking beer, and I can drink 7 more beers down if I want to, and my life will be fine. If I turn on a video game right now and I play until dawn tomorrow, I'll be okay, because I got my shit in order. But if you're using video games because you have nothing else in life to fill that void of boredom, that's when you got a problem. Listen, let me put it simply for you. If you have no access to females whatsoever, you shouldn't be playing video games. But if you're dating, you got a girlfriend and then you got 3 side chicks, and you know you've been dating all weekend, trying to dodge bullets. And now you had enough of that shit. Now you just want to go shoot somebody with your friends. You can go ahead and play video games. You're employed. You got some savings. You put in your work. You're fit. You went to the gym 3, 4, 5 times this week. You've been training. You go for it. Go ahead. That's totally fine. But if you're and going through hard times, which a lot of people are, and then that's a coping mechanism for you. Don't let me catch you playing no video games, because I'm not gonna want to talk to you. I'll be nice to you, but I'm not gonna want to. I don't like to associate with those kind of people, because I know that you're a fucking loser. And if I associate myself with you, first of all, I might become like you because you become like the people around you. And then second of all, I'm gonna be seen with you, which is embarrassing for me because I don't want to be seen with that type of fucking degeneracy. Let's do the little pedal. What is that thing? And a lot of people go crazy when I say this, so now you're gonna see a lot of people mad. Aryan, I was a fan of yours, and now I can't believe I bought your course, and it was great, but I can't believe that you're saying this. I want my money back. I thought you were a good guy, and people go crazy. I'm not trying to insult nobody, but it's just that some people can't have a civilized conversation. We want to separate this. Do you guys agree? Listen, if you're a cokehead, let me tell you something. If you're a cokehead, your life is probably better than if you were a video game addict. Than if you're a hardcore gaming loser. You're probably better off being a cokehead, because why? Cokeheads, at least they go out, they have a social life. They got a bunch of people that they can hang out with. They probably got chicks. They're partying. They're living life. Yeah, they got a cocaine problem, but at least they're out there doing something. You know, they're around people. If you're just playing video games all day, you're fucked. And I bet you that a cocaine addiction is easier to kick than the video game addiction. Because video games you play from the house. If you want to quit doing drugs, what you do is you remove yourself from the environment in which you do them. What are you going to remove yourself from your house? Where you play video games? That's not going to happen. Do you think all roots of evil originate from weakness? You tell me that's a philosophical thing. I don't know about that. I haven't heard that argument before, so I don't really want to voice my opinion, because I'm sure the person who said that had a reason to say that, which I'm not aware of. But tell me, whose philosophy is that? What is it? Nietzsche, or what is it? I also don't know what his definition of weakness is. 2 workplaces and married. I play video games. Now you say I'm bad. I didn't say you're bad. I don't know what your situation is. But let me ask you a question. This is how I would decide if you're good or bad. Good or bad, not in a spiritual sense of good or evil, going to hell or going to heaven, none of that. What sort of judgment you're going to receive upon your death. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about whether you're good to play video games or not. Do you work out regularly? Are you in shape? Because if you're not in shape, you got a big fucking problem. What if one day Aryan breaks into your house with a fucking baseball bat? Are you gonna be able to, you know, fight him off? Does your wife have to look at more attractive men than you and pretend like she wouldn't prefer them in the bedroom over you because you're a fat ass, in that case you better hit the gym. But if you're in good shape, your wife and kids are happy, everyone's on the right track, the financial situation is under control, then go for it. I don't want to bevel this because we're going to use the shader. This is just force of habit. And you know what else we're going to bake? This. Check this out. Give me a vertex from the top, from the bottom, from the side, and from the other side. That will be our bounding box. I'm going to extrude this vertex over to the other side. That is the length. And then the height is going to be this. And this is going to be the middle of the little plane which I want to work with now. What the fuck am I doing? Dissolve this one, give me 2. Take them a little bit further apart and then bring them inwards. Now watch this, guys. Delete this and convert this into a curve. So now, take this away. We're going to add, we're going to go to the geometry tab or the curve tab, open up geometry, turn up the depth. And now the cap thing, no, I don't want the cap because that gives me triangles. What I want is something like this, convert back to mesh. Fill all of these and then fill all of these and then select them and bevel them. Give me something like that. We can go crazy because this is all going to be baked, so it doesn't matter how many vertices we have here. And we lower this by 0.002, 0.004. That means we lift this by 0.004. Okay, add modifier, generate boolean, target this, apply, get rid of these, and this is all going to be baked onto a little normal map. Once, of course, we add the bevel thing, and the bevel thing makes a massive difference. Look, every time I apply the boolean modifier, guys, I don't know what's going on, but look at these fucking numbers. Alright, and I want to try creating a small game of my own. I do as well. But I won't tell you about that yet, because that game, it's either going to propel me to new heights, or it's going to get me cancelled. Yeah, Nietzsche, see? I was right, and I didn't even read Nietzsche. My friend and I talked quite a while about it, and I still don't really understand most of it, but I do find that weakness, in essence, will germinate evil. Insecurity, resentment, yeah. And you know what's a good example of that, now that you brought it up? You know the fucker from Gladiator? The guy who plays Commodus? Or the character of Commodus? He's a piece of shit because he's weak. And he does evil things because he's insecure. You know, he resents other people, so he causes these great acts of evil. Or he commits acts of evil. You see, if you put Aryan in power, for example, Aryan wouldn't be evil because I have no desire in my heart to cause others pain. I have caused others, enormous pain, and I know what that feels like, and it is horrible. I would rather go through that pain myself than cause that pain to others at this stage in my life. So I know what it means to hold power over somebody. I know what it means to hurt people in ways that near the limits of what a human being is capable of bearing. Okay? I know what that means, and I know what that feels like. And I know that that's not what I want to do. And I know that it should be my mission in life to try and prevent those kind of things from happening. Well, I don't want more vertices here. I was gonna get rid of this little bevel here, and I was gonna redo it, but I think it's good enough. So we're gonna add the shader thing. A lot of people, you put them in power and they go crazy because they've never felt the feeling of having power. So now that they do wield it, now they're gonna do something fucking crazy with it. Takes us right back to the school shooting. You know, the guy who shot up a school? If he had a girlfriend that was massively in love with him, or 2 girls that were in love with him, he wouldn't have time for no school shooting. He grabbed a pistol because that's the only way he could feel more powerful than the guy who his crush was fucking. He didn't know what to do because he was a weak, little, miserable little fuck. Takes an assault rifle and shoots up a school. That's what happens. This thing is way too small. We're gonna make it bigger. But the bevel here, have you seen the new modifier curve to tube? No, I haven't. Modifier for curve, it's actually pretty good. I'll check it out, maybe I'll make a video about it. I want to try and develop a game for several years. Why do you want to do it? Is it because you have a passion for making games, or because you're trying to make a living out of it? Because if you're trying to make a living out of it, make sure that you know how to monetize that shit first. Because if you got no idea how you're going to monetize it, if you have no... It's a business. It's a very competitive business. You got games out there, billion-dollar businesses. It's no easy game. It's not necessarily that simple. So make sure you got a plan for how you're going to monetize it, because, well, you got to make a living, right? Otherwise the project's going to fail. You know what, I'll tell you a story about a guy that I know that made a little game and made some nice money out of it. Well, nothing crazy, but the story is like this. He made a... I'll tell you I'll send you a link for this. Hold on, it's like a little browser game. Shit, I can't find it. can't find it. The name of the game was Pedo Guesser. Pedo Guesser. You know how the United States justice system or criminal, whatever the fuck, legal system, it makes all the sex offenders public. It makes their profiles public. So you can find all the pictures on the internet and all that. So he took pictures from that database and he put them up on a website. And it was like, guess the pedophile. One of them is just a regular convict. I don't know, he robbed somebody. The other guy is a sex offender. Which is which? And you gotta get a streak, and so you gotta guess. But when you guess, you go to the next one. If you guess it wrong, you start over. And you compete on how many points, how many people in a row you're gonna guess. It was a Pedo Guesser. Simple fucking browser game he put together just for fun. And, you know, he shared it with all his friends. It was fucking hilarious. We were all playing it. You know, it got a little bit of traction. And then one day, I don't know which company came to him, or some private investor or something. They bought it from for 10,000 euro. They purchased it from him, and it's something that he probably put together over the weekend. Made 10,000 euro. Why did that succeed? Because, well, it was a fun game, which is very easy to play. It's a fucking joke. You can send it to anybody who you know, and they're gonna want to give it a go. Your mom's gonna want to give it a go. It's fucking hilarious. Now, if you're talking about starting a zombie game, fucking open world or something like that, now that's a whole different ball game. If I was somebody who's trying to make if my dream was to make video games, I would start real small and start building a little community. I would study how the greats did it. How did fucking study the greats in the gaming industry? How they all did it. How did they start? How many people did they begin with? What were the first games they were making? How much time did it take? Where did they get their investors? Fuck. Fuck. This doesn't look right. What did we do wrong? Make it a little bit crooked. See, I would like to make a little browser game. A little browser game? I'm not gonna tell you the idea yet, but I'll see if I can find the time to do it sometime. Look what we did. I don't understand this little shape here. Because the bevel up here is not supposed to be that big. This piece is supposed to be very tiny, from what I can put together. But somehow it's supposed to be nice and thick. Fuck, it's gonna be like this, and that's the end of it. What are you doing for your next gun? I'm thinking maybe I'll do the one and only, the Desert Eagle, just because it would make a good intro. Hey, listen, There are designers in your family, but they don't believe in you. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna go pee, and then I'll tell you what to do when you have people in your family who don't believe in you. I'll be right back. Mogli bi, aj sad sam na streamu, pa završim. I just heard something on the news that Croatia is the first country in Europe by alcohol consumption, that the kids are starting to drink from the age of 13. HS produkt. Znaš šta? To mi je puška snova, brate. VHS dvojka. To ću si nabaviti, života mi, to ću si nabaviti. Odlična je puška. VHS dvojka je odlična puška. See, the thing is, the VHS-2 is a Croatian assault rifle. It's a great gun because it's semi-automatic. In Croatia, you can't legally own an automatic rifle, an automatic weapon, but you can legally own a semi-automatic weapon. So the VHS-2 is a great fucking gun. It'll shoot somebody, I think, up to like 800 meters. It's an effective weapon because you got the longer barrel version. It's great. Okay. Should we do the trigger? So I can sit here and scratch my head all day over what I'm going to model next, or I can just pick up a random detail and just get busy. Yeah, what were we talking about? What are you going to do when you have people in your family who don't believe in you? Now let me ask you a question. If I told you right now... What the fuck? If I told you right now that I want to be a champion fucking boxer, or if I told you that I want to be a champion ice skater, I never went ice skating in my life. So for you to take what I'm saying seriously would be foolish, because I have nothing to back up these ideas. If you want people to take you seriously, you gotta give them a reason to take you seriously. So for example, if you want to be an ice skater, and you've been training for this shit for I don't know how many years already, and now you tell somebody, listen, I'm really stepping up my game recently. I've been training I don't know how many times a week. I got this new coach. I'm really trying to, you know, step up my game a little bit. People are gonna see that more seriously. They're gonna take it more seriously because now they see that you're actually on the right path. You're not just talking shit. So people are not gonna believe in you if they have no reason to believe in you. If you're not the kind of guy who ever did anything noteworthy. If you spent your whole life just doing nothing, people are not going to take you seriously. Why would they? It'd be foolish. It's like betting all your money on somebody who you've never seen perform before. But if you step your fucking game up a little bit, you're going to see that very quickly people are going to start to look at you differently. if you're the kind of guy who knows how to get things done, if you know how to put in work, and everybody knows that you know how to put in work, you know pain, you know suffering, you know long hours, late nights. Hold on. No zoo. If everybody knows you're that guy, people are going to take you more seriously. And besides, what do you need your family to take you seriously for? What are they going to do? What is your mom going to run the studio for you? You're alone in this world. Your mom did her part. She pumped you out. She fed you milk. And she changed a couple of diapers, and that's it. She did her part. What else does she got to do? You're on your own now. No one's going to take care. No one's going to help you. Not Aryan. Not fucking mom and dad. They're too old. God's not going to come in and help you out. It's only on you. So you don't need anybody to believe in you. That's the way I look at it anyway. And also, this is why you need your boys. You need your boys who are on a path in life towards accomplishing something. And then you can talk about these kind of things, and they're gonna understand, and they're gonna inspire you and motivate you because they're doing something similar. They're doing something with their lives as well. But I forget the question. I'll go off track here. I'm just making enough money for food right now. What about like rent? It's the way of the world, man. Nobody believes in you until they see some results, unfortunately. And it only makes sense. We don't need those. It's like if you go for an investor, they want to see what you've been up to this whole time before they give you a bunch of money. The same goes for women, the same goes for friends, the same goes for anything, unfortunately. This is supposed to be a little bit curved, isn't it? It will be curved. This is how we're going to do it. We take these vertices and we push them out a little. So we get a bit of curvature. In fact, maybe we do that with a knife cut to keep it nice and straight. And then we do the same thing. I want the same shape up here at the top. But first I want an edge here so I can have that, a vertex here, so I can have that as my active element. I place my cursor up here. This is how I do the snapping thing. And now, hopefully, the grid fill thing will work. Let's see. Hey, listen, guys, join the Discord. Not the Discord, fuck Discord. The Telegram. In Telegram, we got a memes channel, we got a general chat. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get the ball rolling. In general chat on Telegram, I want to know where you guys are from, because I want to know who I'm talking to. Which country are you in? Where are you? When somebody tells you where they're from, that tells you a lot about that person. Okay, now we need this thing in the middle. What is that? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Why disconnecting? I don't know, something broke, guys, but this OBS told me it's disconnected. Are we still up? Give me ones in the chat if we're still up. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know if it's a safety feature, because I don't really imagine that a safety button would be on the trigger on a gun. Okay, we're back. All right. Quit spamming, because I'll ban both of you. I'll ban both of you fuckers. Okay, we got a hole, and then look, this is what we need here. Just a little stick, so we can take these two vertices, we can fill them. Hey, listen, we might get cancelled. I haven't played this song before, so we might get taken down. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Still freezing. I don't know why, guys. I don't know what to do. Maybe it's the internet. It is the safety. Somebody told me that the safety on the Glock 17 is on the trigger. I see like a little lever on the trigger. Is that really the safety? Yes, the small lever. That looks like it'll be very easy to accidentally shoot somebody in the head. Huh. See, in my mind, the safety switch makes it so that you just cannot, no matter how hard you squeeze, you can't squeeze the trigger. And it's somewhere on the side, so you cannot accidentally, you know, this looks like you can accidentally press that shit. Hey, listen, guys. It is what it is. I don't know what's going on. Internet's fine. Internet's fine. Would you visit South Africa? No, because they're killing white people over there. South Africa is, from what I heard about it, they're kicking out all the white people, and now the place is degrading at an unbelievable rate. There's a lot of violence, there's a lot of, you know... So in those conditions, not really, to be honest with you. I don't want to go where I'm not welcome. Okay, let's do some normal maps. What is the time? 22:30. Let's do some normal maps. And then we're going to wrap it up. Hold on. AI. Normal map. Listen, let's do this thing. So here's how I'll make the little spots here. I will first make a large field filled with these little planes. What the fuck? Yeah, a large surface with these little spots here. I'll do that using the array modifier. Generate array, give me legacy. 2.5 will do. Yeah, that seems to work. Give me 4 more. That's 12. Then we add another array modifier with 2.5 on the other axis. And that way we get a massive, give me minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. Turn it up. I need more on this side as well. Yeah. Couple more up here. And we're gonna delete the ones that we don't want in a second when we apply this. So apply both of them. We want to delete this. Then we got 2 here, then we delete these, right? And 2 rows over here. And at some point, yeah, this we don't want to delete. Look at that. And we want to keep the rest from down here, so we can delete all of these. And we also want to get rid of this, 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 and this. You know, guys, there's nothing that I would wish for more than to get together with all you guys from chat in a bar and we get fucking hammered. Where's Aryan webcam? You can see it. So now that we have the little tiles, well, we also got a problem going on here. Okay, let's make that part of the normal map as well. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to delete some of these dots. So let's do something like this. I want to be able to... That means I need an object here which is formed from a cube, which looks something like this. Apply the scale first. Always apply the scale before you bevel something. That we're gonna use to run a boolean through all these. But first of all, listen, we gotta do the shrink wrap. Before we do the shrink wrap, we gotta correct the normals, but he doesn't know what the right side is, so we gotta extrude him first. Then we correct the normals, and then we delete